Okay, we're going to start off by looking at concept number 1, letter A, and we'll talk here about domain and range. The word domain refers to the x values that a function has, and the word range refers to the y values that a function has. So we have to look at a point, for example, and we have to look at its x values and its y values separately. One of the most helpful strategies I saw people do on the quiz that seemed to help get them right was to look at one point at a time. For example, let's look at this point that you see me pointing to here. Its coordinates appear to be -5, -2. I saw the most clever thing, and that was for someone to simply write -5 was the x value, -2 was the y value, and they did both the domain and the range at the same time, knowing that the domain was the x, the range was the y. You can do the same thing for the next value, which seems to be -4, 0, which means -4 on the x, 0 for the y. You'll notice those values are just being listed as the domain and the range, and we're doing both parts simultaneously. The next point that we see appears to be -2, 4. So again, -2 and 4. -2 for x, 4 for y. We can continue using the exact same logic as we go through the rest of the points. This next point that I see, you'll notice that I'm kind of trying to go in order. This next point would be 0, -3, 0 for x, -3 for y. I can also tell that I have 1, 4. Now, I'll definitely put 1, but I already have 4. It isn't the end of the world if you just write 4 again, but sometimes if you already go to write something and you realize it's already there, you don't have to list it again. The next point we have is 2, -1, so that means domain 2, range -1. And then finally, it looks like we have 5, -3, 5 for the x, and again, -3 is already represented in the y, so I can stop there. So this list now shows all the values for domain and all the values for range. You don't have to do it this way. Some people just list all the x values first, -5, -4, -2, 0, 1, 2, 5. And then they do the same thing just going for the y's. So you'll notice when I did the x's, I just basically dragged my pencil straight up to the x-axis and just read them off. -5, -4, -2, 0. I just dragged my pencil to the axis and read off the number. You can do the same thing for range. For example, we would say this is -3, this is -2, this one -1, this one 0, this one 3. And you end up getting this one was 4. You end up getting the exact same answer, and the order of the list doesn't matter. So just do whatever makes the most sense to you.